multiplied by place, multiplied by time, that reveals a garden of forking paths of possibility.
Employees who were in the tri-state area, and we had that in Madison Square Garden. That
because we're better to get over his fear of white people than the Olive Garden.
Inspired by the story of Genesis and the Garden of Eden, that he got to thinking,
the mortuary men come, and as we're wheeling the body out through the garden, heading for the gate, we
Apple, you got the romantic little hunting lodge in the garden, you got the place for the carriages. It's really a...
Our Garden Supply and Education Center can be located right here in the San Francisco.
Say, sort of like a plant in your garden. So this was kind of interesting.
Of an olive garden, a Pakistani student living with belligerent Italian immigrants.
The garden smelled for days. So then you see this funny little...
Because in the garden he says, Father, if it's possible, do what? Stop this. Take this cup from me. Never.
For example, when the Israelites would plant their crops or their garden, they were told to let the poor glean.
Who will prune and water the garden? Because if you're not a part of the solution...
My walled garden, and it has to be relevant to that audience. It can't be just about how great of an...
Near Madison Square Garden, where you have the multitude of hotels, they probably would have better
games, and we'd go down to the garden and make trips, and that was wonderful.
What is going to be the city with the largest